And Rain, Rain off of Timothy Abbott's and Arcana Mundi's Our Time Has Come. So, Tim, how did you end up in Austin, by the way?
I moved down here in 1981 to pursue music, and it took me a couple of years before I could meet anybody that was, dependable.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you somehow come to understand back then that Austin was like the musical mecca of, the Southwest? Or
Musical mecca, flakiness on top of it, too. My first band was called A Periscope, and we were part of that kind of new sincerity Austin movement, but we had no management, but we were noticed and got some good, reviews live in the Daily Texan. Mm-hmm. Things were looking real good, and then, of course, we broke up, and then I started another band called Argument Clinic, and we recorded
what, people like to argue?
Yeah, kind of like out of that Monty Python skit.
Oh, right.
Inspiration for that.
The Argument Room, right.
And we released a couple CDs, and the second one, we got airplay on about, I don't know, that's about 140 stations or so, all college stuff.
Right.
Had a couple songs out there. I'll go ahead and send you guys for future reference.
Oh, definitely.
Then when I had Greg go ahead and record with me, Greg Kirk, that's when we first started working together. And then I got married and got out of the music business for a couple of years. I was still writing. Then Greg went ahead and had me come over to his place out in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And I was just really inspired and started working with him again. He has his own home studio, which is pretty tricked out in his basement.
Right.
In Norwalk, Connecticut. And that was the basis for the Figurato stuff that we were doing. And then he got, contracted Lyme disease and had it a really bad way, on a neurological level, and almost incapacitated him for about 5 years. And through a number of different healing approaches, he's made a remarkable comeback to the point where he's about 80% back. But he's a phenomenal ball of energy despite that. I mean, just a great talent. He did all the graphics on that, our CDs that, I sent you, and did all the guitar work, did all the engineering work, and he's also has a pretty responsible job over there at Pitney Bowes. I think he runs their website for him.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big heavy hitter there. He's a hell of a man. Great talent to work with. I have no respect for him. It was great to work with him. He's just a close friend. We grew up together in Iowa. That's where we met, back in the 70s.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's always nice to have somebody you have, real history with when you're doing music, huh?
Well, we really do have that. And we've had our ups and downs, we parted ways with the, Figuratos, and it was kind of tender feelings there in both parts for, a long stretch. But, really true friendships go through a lot of changes, and, you swallow your pride and you come back, and, it's good to be, with the good graces of a close friend and really a mentor. He's really, coached me a lot in a lot of my music, and it was a pleasure to co-write with him and do 2 records with him.
Cool. Huh. Yeah. Well, I want to remind everybody, this is Timothy Abbott's CD release party, and we are playing his tracks off of Our Time Has Come. If you want to call in, the phone numbers are, in the United States, area code 415, 639-3180. That's area code 415-639-3180. And in the UK, 0203-603-6256. And I'll say that again. That's 0203-603-6256. You can email me here at North Star Radio by sending me an email to mark@northstar-radio.co.uk. That's mark@northstar-radio.co.uk. Tim, tell me a little bit about the artwork on this CD that you have here. It's all over the map. I mean, this is not just like one of those Dark Side of the Moon CDs where it's black with a prism. You've got... Well, tell us about the cover.
I wanted to go with a full color thing that illustrates life, but yet art at the same time. And I ran into this artist, Jerry Moore. Mm-hmm. My wife and I were at an art sale. We saw some of her work there, and we were kind of entranced by it. And so we wound up buying this. Uh-huh. I remember looking at Tracy and going, "You see that? That's the album cover." I mean, just before we were recording it, I knew that this was going to be it.
Can you describe it to our listeners what the cover is?
It's how would you describe that?
A landscape.
It's a landscape. It's a full color landscape. It's got a lot of, the primary colors, and it's got, the three telephone, I guess it would be clothesline poles that have a significant thing with three sheets attached to it, and a number of houses that are standing there with the lights on under a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
The original inspiration by Jerry Moore was called Moni's Neighborhood, and there's a dog that you see there that's kind of like guarding it and watching over it. It's pretty cool. Jerry's a really talented artist. I'm going to use some of her work in the future, and we'll wind up doing some of her, artwork on our T-shirts as well. I've talked to her about that. The other artwork in here that you see is by Sean French, and Sean's one of my best friends and kind of a collaborator on a lot of this stuff here.
He did holes in the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, I don't know, that's like Alan Parsons Wild.
That is beautifully out there, and I'm really glad that he allowed me to go ahead and handpick that out of all the stuff that he's done.
But if you look at the edges, it's a drum.
Yeah. The artwork is on a drum head that he did.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. You can see some of the drum hardware on the side there.
Right. And then you've got this photograph of yourself in the studio. Did you say you're replacing that on the new updated CDs?
Yeah, I replaced it with a different one. I like it. It's still the same. It's still the same orange background, with me singing into one of the mics at Wire Studio.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that's a shot. And I'm a big guy that's into the moon, full moons, and all that stuff. I garden and I grow by the moon signs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I, of course, was influenced a lot by The Dark Side of the Moon, the record by Pink Floyd. I kind of wanted to have the full moon picture in there. I believe that's a NASA shot. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you got a picture of Matt Smith underneath the CD there, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, the man himself, huh?
Yeah, he's kind of
I coined him. He's the Donald Fagen of Austin, Texas.
Yeah. On the back, that's a picture of myself and Danny G. Danny G plays guitar with me in my live band, but he's also a photographer along with his girlfriend Trinity, who did a lot of photography for me as well, and does a lot of our shoots and everything.
Wow. I love the way this is laid out. This is an excellent CD. I mean, everything about it. I mean, from when you first sent them to me, I was like enamored with just what you put into it.
Yeah, when I hand it to people, they go, "Oh, usually you go, hey, I have a CD." You know how many times I've heard that? I mean, I cringe sometimes, and then I get something handed to me that's, kind of amateurish and stuff, and I've been there, I've done that, okay, but when I hand somebody this thing, it's like, whoa, you're serious, it is serious. You look at it, it's serious. It says, take this seriously, which is the intent, It's really cool.
I do. Yeah. I see you seriously. It's in my car. I got it in the house. I mean, I listen to it all the time. Again, Steve, can you? Tim, can you tell everybody where they can get their hands on your CD?
iTunes, Reverb Nation, CD Baby, all the digital domains.
Amazon.
Amazon.
Right.
All of them. I'm pretty much hooked up into all of them now. So. Mm-hmm.
Well, see, we got about another 20 minutes left on the show here. I'm curious, what song should we play next? We're Not Alone, Olive Branch.
Well, we played Olive Branch. I was thinking that We Are Not Alone is good. It's got some spiritual significance. I originally wrote that song. It was pretty depressing, and the only time Matt threw up a red flag, he said, "As your producer, I can't let you do this. This makes me want to go out and lay my head down the street and wait for a truck to come by and squish it." So he sent me home, and I was rather deflated. I rose up to the challenge, and I wrote this song that he goes, "I want you to tell me what is your spirituality? What do you want to say? Here's your moment." And I went home and I wrote this song, and it was a pretty emotional thing when I sat down. One of the few times I've sat down and intentionally did a rewrite and still had the lightning bolt of inspiration One of
Really?
the greatest moments of my songwriting career was this song.
Really?
And recording it, I have 28 vocal tracks on there to prove it.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Wow. It's all you?
Matt gave it the Brian Wilson treatment, and I have LZ Love going ahead and doing a little inspirational gospel throw in there too.
Well, tell us a little bit about LZ. I mean, she's kind of like behind the scenes in your back in your entourage. Tell us a little bit about her.
Well, LZ is her own star. She's gotten a lot of good press here in town. Has done a number of genres of music. She did some dance club stuff over in Europe for a while, but she's over here in Austin and kind of does that throwback to the 60s soul stuff, kind of Stax Volt kind of feel to it. She's just a treat.
Right.
We have parties every once in a while at her house, and we have her play, and she just burns the house down. She's just fantastic. She plays around town. In fact, she's playing out tomorrow night at the Victory Grill in Austin, Texas.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, we're going to go there and see her.
Oh, cool. All right.
And,
Well,
and
you tell her she's got a fan in me.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to try and get her on a feature show here, so we'll talk about that.
Like that. I would like that. I'd love to interview her. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Off of Timothy Abbott and Arcana Mundi, our time has come. We are not alone.
Times I find myself grasping for reasons, cope with the countless senseless tragedies. They play out in the world around us with frightening regularity. I believe in saints, I believe in angels, believe that martyrs shine their light upon my path. A loving God watches over us in the darkness. We are not alone. We are not alone. I have doubts, and I wonder, do these gods that rule the earth only dole out suffering when my faith attempts an exit? A bolt of white like clarity comes alive inside of me. I believe in saints, I believe in angels, believe that martyrs shine their light upon my path. A loving God watches over us in the darkness. We are not alone. We are not alone. All religions are connected. Just one God watching over, goes by many names. Are we